because we have a very, very special personality with us. We are very, very fortunate to receive His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu. All the way from Shilham, Vrindavan. Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. So most of us, we have been blessed with Prabhu's association in the past as well in Kanaiyyadesh. But for the sake of the devotee who come for the first time, or who yet not received this wonderful fortune, it's my great honor and privilege to give a brief introduction of Prabhuji. His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu, he was born in Los Angeles, California in USA. And then he joined this movement, Hare Krishna movement, in Colorado in 1969. He first met Srila Prabhupada in 1970, almost 55 years ago, in Los Angeles, where he got initiated. And later on, he opened the first temple in Dallas, Texas. He was the president of Portland Temple from 1972 to 1978. In 1980, he moved to Colombia and he preached Spanish there. Then 1984, he moved to Shilham, Vrindavan. So now more than 40 years, he has been serving in different capacities, different places, different roles in Shilham, Vrindavan. And that's why, instead of also mentioning, he's our authentic Brijvasi from this planet, I can say. And all the Brijvasi, they love him like anything, and Prabhu also. Like we hear about the 6 Goswamis, Dhira, Dhira, Jano, Priyo, Priyo, they were so dear to all the Brijvasis when they were in Vrindavan. Similarly, Prabhuji also is very, very dear to all the Goswamis, all the temple pujaris, ancient temples. They all know him very well. So great fortune. In 1986, he was appointed the president of Krishna Balaram Temple. This was called Krishna Balaram Temple in Dinabandhu Dham, where he served for more than 3 years. In 1988, Baba Madhuvan, he approached him to take over the special project of Vrindavan. If you have been to Vrindavan, the Vrindavan is there near Nitya-dāsa. So that's under Prabhu's intricate guidance, the entire place has been rejuvenated. And he served there for almost 30 years. And he started taking people out of parikrama since he was president of the temple. And still that continues. Every Kartik you can see that in Krishna Balaram temple, Prabhuji will be there actually, and every day he takes people to Vrindavan parikrama and fresh parikrama. In 2003, a beautiful carved stone temple of Srimati Vrinda Devi was inaugurated in Vrindavan, which was Prabhuji's, which Prabhu maintained for 30 years. Apart from those services, other significant projects in Vrindavan, like Prabhu also helped in restoring the Samadhi Mandir of great saints like Shri Dinabandhu Swami, and also an active supporter to restore the sacred river Yamuna in Vrindavan. And whoever he come across, he humbly invites them to come to Vrindavan Dham. And today morning also he invited all the devotees who came in alcohol and have darshan of all the holy places. And today morning, and some devotee was just sharing with me that when Prabhu narrated the past time, his eyes is closed and he's just revealing one after the rest, everything is happening in front of his eyes. All the Vrindavan, all the vanas, 12 vanas, all the Vilasthali. Those are there in the heart of Prabhu. So Prabhu carries Vrindavan heart.
Okay, thank you.
And we are so fortunate to see Prabhu here. And we have series of this 6 days session. Today is the second day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I would also like to welcome Arjun Prabhuji, who is our media actually. Through him, only Prabhuji is here now. So we are very grateful to him. And obviously, he's the one who is serving Prabhu. He's always traveling with Prabhuji. Such a wonderful service is engaged in. We are very grateful to him as well. So let's welcome Prabhuji. His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu and Arjun Prabhuji by permission of the Holy Name.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. So it's a great pleasure and a great honor to be here for second time in Kanaiyyadesh. and to be here at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar. Wherever we go, we're seeing them. And Sri Panchatattva Prabhu and Nitya-dāsa Prabhu. And we're at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and before all of the wonderful devotees of Kanaiyyadesh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll begin with a nice bhajan. Oh, they're bringing it good. Okay, this is very old Braj bhajan. I'm sure you all know. If you have your devices, first of all, as Prabhuji asked, you put them on silent. Otherwise, these babies have a way of crying in the middle of the pravachan. And you can look up Jai Madhava Madana Murari. We won't sing all the verses, it's very long, so we'll just sing a few verses. So how many people have been to Vrindavan? Oh, we still have so many baki hai, huh? You've been, huh? You like Vrindavan? Or you like Kuwait? Vrindavan, huh? Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Jai Keshava Kali Mallahari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Jai Shyam Shama Shyam Sundara Kundala Nayana Bichala Galle Sohe Vaijanti Mala Yachaviki Balihari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Kabuhu Luta Luta Dari Kayo Kabuhu Madhuvana Rasa Rachayo Kabuhu Luta Luta Kabuhu Madhuvana Rasa Rachayo Nachata Vipena Vihari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Jaya Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Jai Keshava Kali Mallahari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Kali Mallahari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Wala Bala Sangha Denu Charai Vana Vana Brahmata Firya Rurai Denu Khande Kamara Kari Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Radhe Shyam Shama Shyam Chura Chura Navanita Jogayo Rajavanita Me Namadarayo Ratu Brajavali Jalve Makana Chora Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Makana Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Keshava Kali Malahari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Keshava Kali Malahari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham Jai Madhava Bharata Murari Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari. Now our hearts are covered with Kalimal, the dirtiness of Kali Yuga. By singing all these beautiful names of Krishna, Jai Madhava, Madana, Murari, Sham, Radhe Sham, Keshava, Kalimala, Hari, all the dirt in our hearts is taken away. Same message as Sriman Mahaprabhu, but in very beautiful Brijbasi language. Hare Krishna. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dhrati Swapadandigam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So this morning in Chaitanya Hall, we went to Mayapur Hall, we went to Thalavan. So now we're going to go to Madhuvan. Actually, when Sriman Mahaprabhu did Prikrama of Braj, after bathing at Visramghat, the first place he went was Madhuvan. And this Madhuvan is famous in all the 3 yugas. In Satyug, this is where Dhruva Maharaj performed his penances. We have anyone here named Dhruva? No Dhruvas in our congregation here. Huh? This is a place where Dhruva Maharaj did his penance. And we've all heard of Ambarish Maharaj here. He also did his Ekadasi Vrat, 1 year Ekadasi Vrat. And then Duras Muni tried to challenge him, and Durvasa Muni was defeated. Just proving that the Vaishnava, he's greater than even a Brahmin sage like Durvasa. But there's a little known pastime in Treta Yuga. Because in Treta Yuga, there was one Daitya who was named Madhu. And he made his kingdom in Madhuvan. Some people say that's how it got its name. But even in Satyayug, when Dhruva Maharaj meets Narad Muni, he told him, you go to Madhuvan. So even in Satyayug, it was famous as Madhuvan. Some people are saying that because of Madhu Daitya had his kingdom there, it was called Madhuvan. And although he was a Daitya, he was a very pious Daitya. He worshipped all the Devi Devatas, and especially he was very fond of Lord Shiva. And with great devotion, he worshipped Lord Shiva. So finally, when Lord Shiva appeared before him. And he told Madhu Daitya that I'm very pleased by your service. And he took his Trishul and he made digital copy right on the spot. And he presented that copy of his Trishul to Madhu. And he said, as long as you have this Trishul in your possession, then no Daitya, no Deva, no Manusha, nobody can defeat you. No one will be able to defeat you. So Madhu Daitya, he was very happy. He thanked the Lord Shiva and he prayed that may this weapon always remain within our bansaj. But Lord Shiva did not say tatastu. He said opposite, it will not be. He said, you will live peacefully with this, no one will bother you. But your son, he will be a horrible demon. And he will misuse this against the Devi Devatas. And eventually, this weapon will come back to me. But as long as you have it, you can live peacefully here in Madhuvan. And so it became that Madhu, he lived very peacefully. Nobody bothered him because everyone knew he had this Trishul. And just as Lord Shiva said, his son became terrible demon. He was such horrible demon. Just like the little boys, sometimes they like to play war games. So, but Madhu, his son's name was Lavanasur. Do we have any Bengalis here? Any Bengalis? So only a couple. So just like in Vrindavan, when we're passing out the salt at prasad time, we're saying namak, namak, namak. But if you go to Mayapur, then we say loban, loban, loban. So Lavanasura, he was some type of salty asura, namkeen asura. And he was so terrible, they would have war games, but he would actually kill his playmates and eat them. He was such a demon. And he manifested so many demoniac qualities. So Madhu Daitya, he became very frustrated. Because I hope all the children are listening. The parents, they only live for the children. If the children go bad, then the whole parent's life is finished. So no. So Madhu Daitya, he became totally frustrated. So he renounced the whole kingdom, he turned it over to Lavanasur, he gave him the Trishul, and he left, he went to some other village to do his Krishna consciousness and go back to home. But he realized no happiness in this material world. So he decided to leave. So then Lavanasur, he became the king. And Lavanasur immediately proclaimed that there will be no yagyas in my kingdom. There'll be no chanting of the holy names in my kingdom. No worship of Vishnu in my kingdom. This is all bogus stuff. Say, or koi Bhagavan nahi hai, keval Lavanasur hi Bhagavan hai. There's no other Bhagavan except Lavanasur. Bhagavan Lavanasur ki. Oh. We have some demons here disguised as devotees. And he began to persecute all the sadhus in the forest. He would come with his demoniac friends and they would pass stool and urine on the yajna kunds. They would kill and eat the sadhus. Very terrible demon he was. So finally there was one sadhu named Chavana Rishi. So he gathered a few rishis with him because he heard that Lord Ram had returned from his Banvas and was ruling there in Ayodhya. So he had decided to go see Lord Ram and beg for his assistance in this matter. So they went traveling and they reached to Ayodhya. And they presented themselves at the door, and the Darwan, he saw that the sages have come from Madhuvan. He immediately ran to Lord Ram. He said, some sages have come from Madhuvan. And Lord Ram, the king, he personally came to the door to receive them. He invited them in. Please come. Whatever it is that you want, I give it to you. And Chavana Rishi said, you haven't heard what we wanted. And already you're granting. Other kings, after hearing our plea, they don't even want to hear our plea even in dream. So Lord Ram said, all right, come in, let's talk about it. So he told Lord Ram that once there was one great king on the earth named Mandukya Maharaj. And he went around and he conquered all the kings of the earth. And then he decided that he was going to go to Swarga and challenge Indra. So he went up to Swarga and challenged Indra. Now we always hear about the wars between the demigods and the demons, but it's always the demons who start them. The demigods are having good time, so they don't want to go bother anybody, but demon means that somebody's having a good time, they want to bother. That's their nature. So Indra said, oh no, this guy's come to bother. We're having a nice time here. Then bing, he got an idea. He said, you have conquered all the kings of the earth, but in Madhuvan there's one king named Lavanasur. If you conquer him, then you come back here and we'll fight. So Lavanasur, he became very happy. Yes, I'll finish off this guy and I'll come back. And Lord Indra, he was very happy this guy's finished. He said, all right, Ramba, Urvasi, come on, Nacho. So Mandukya Maharaj took all his army and he approached Lavanasur in Madhuvan. And he challenged Lavanasur to a fight. And Lavanasur just began to laugh. I needed some dessert today. You're going to be my dessert. And Mandukya Maharaj said, where's your army? He said, I don't need an army. He took out his Trishul. Mandukya Maharaj's whole army was turned to ashes. But Mandukya Maharaj was just toasted a little bit. So he put his Trishul and had a little Mandukya Pakora. So after that, no king even wants to hear our plea in dream. And Lakshman said, all right, I will go take care of this demon. You just came back from your exile, so you stay here. And Lakshman said, no. Bharat said, no. You both were in exile. I was staying in Nandigram performing penance necessaries. No, I'll go. And then Shatrughan, the youngest brother, he spoke up. He said, no, I'll go. This is just a puny little demon. I'll finish him off. Then he realized, oops, he spoke out in front of his older brother. He broke the etiquette. And then he said, no, you go. And Lord Ram said, no, this is the proof that you're qualified to go. Because nobody can accept his fault. We have a great sage in America named Murphy. I think he has his office in Dallas. We were driving in Dallas, a big sign, Murphy. So Murphy, he says, to err is human, but to blame it on somebody else is more human. He said, you've admitted your fault. Nobody can admit his fault. So you're qualified to go take out this demon. Shatrughan said, all right, but that Braha deity that you have, I want to take him with me for assurance of my victory. Because there was one deity of Lord Braha that Lord Brahma had made this deity. He was so fascinated by, because Lord Braha came out of his nostril, then he was so fascinated by this, he made a deity. Then he gave it to Kubera. When Ravana conquered Kubera, he took that Braha deity to Lanka. And then that Braha deity, after Ram conquered, he brought him back to Ayodhya. So Shatrughan said, I want to take him with me to Braj. So Lord Ram said, okay. So then he left. On the way, he stopped near Kanpur in a place called, I think it's Bitur, where we have a beautiful ISKCON temple there, Radha Madhav temple, beautiful, enormous. It's just near the ashram of Valmiki Rishi. And they arrived there just at the time that Sita had given birth to Lava and Kush. So Shatrughan, hidden in the forest, otherwise Mother Sita would be very embarrassed, he did Prakama of Mother Sita and Lava and Kush. And he took blessings from Valmiki Rishi. And Valmiki said, look, this Lavanasur, he has got a Trishul from Lord Shiva. And even you, Lord Shatrughan, will not be able to defeat him as long as he has it in his hand. Somehow you have to find him. Without that Trishul, then there's some hope. Okay. So they camped out one day's march from Madhuvan, and they watched all the activities of Lavanasur. And they saw in the morning he goes out hunting, and he takes only his shul, his spear with him. So we have to catch him in the morning. So next day they marched up to Madhuvan, and here comes Lavanasur with this big shul. And he's got a tiger and a lioness and python and a jungly varaha. That was just his breakfast. You don't want to hear about lunch. So Shatrughan stood in front of him and said, I, Shatrughan, younger brother of Lord Ram, challenge you. And Lavanasur began to laugh. I needed some dessert to go with my breakfast. Let me go get my weapons and we'll fight. And Shatrughan said, no, we'll fight now. He said, how can Kshatriya fight without his weapons? You're just making, you're trying to make fool of me. If you don't have any weapon, what did you kill all these animals with? You're just making an excuse to sneak away and run, because you're a coward. As soon as he heard those words, he threw all those animals off of his spear and he got ready to fight with Shatrughan. And huge fight was going on. And all the demigods were in the clouds watching the fight. And big fight was going on. So finally, they began ripping up trees and throwing trees at each other, throwing boulders at each other. The fight became so furious that Shatrughan, he finally lost consciousness. And he fell down to the ground. And all the demigods who were watching up in the clouds, they began to cry, "Alas, alas, alas." Did you ever hear anybody call alas, alas? I never did. But anyway, all the books say like that. So hearing all the demigods, he regained his consciousness. And he pulled an arrow out of his quiver that Lord Ram had specially given him. As soon as he pulled it out of his quiver, the earth began to shake. And meteors began to appear even in the daylight sky. And he put that to his bow and he pulled the string. And even more inauspicious signs appeared. And what's his name? Lavanasur took a spear, he got ready to fight. And he let that arrow fly. And it sounded like a peacock in flight. Now those who've been to Vrindavan, or been anywhere where there's peacocks, you know they have a beautiful sound. I don't know if you've ever heard a peacock in flight. If somehow you're walking through in Braj somewhere and you come up on a peacock by accident and frighten you, and they fly off and they make a very interesting sound. So his arrow, just like a peacock in flight, pow, and struck Lavanasur in the heart, and he fell down dead. And some people say because he was a salty demon, his blood went into the groundwater and contaminated all the groundwater. That's why all the water in Braj is salty. In old days, before there was Bish Lahari and all these things, we used to get so sick. Of course, we know that the water in Braj is salty because the gopis cried oceans and oceans of tears when Krishna left. Anyway, some people are saying because of Lavanasur. So then that Lavanasur was finished, Shatrughan made his capital there. He called it Madhupuri. And eventually became known as Mathura. And if you go to Dwarkadish temple, on the right side of the temple, there's a road. You go up that road for 2 streets. The second street, you turn right, you go way down to the end, and then it turns left into the Braha temple. You can see that Braha deity that was made by Lord Brahma. It's still there at that place. Because Madhuvan, and that's one of the best walks on Braj Prikrama. Just it's like 5 kilometers difference, just a half-hour walk, or hour, not even hour walk, not even 5 kilometers. So his kingdom became known as Mathura. That was ruled over by Shatrughan. So we have till the quarter after, huh?
11:30. 11:30. 11:30.
Oh, 11:30, they told me to. Oh, we have 45 minutes. Okay, so. And that Braha deity is very interesting. He's called Lal Braha because just before you get to Lal Braha, in the middle of the road, in the middle of the Rasta, there's another temple called Swait Braha. Previously, they didn't allow Swait people to enter. But then I met one young fellow named Sarveshwar Sharma, and he mentioned that his family had this Swait Viraha. And I said, yes, but they don't let Swait look inside. He said, no, those are old people. You come anytime. You have kirtan, we'll give you a nice prasad. You come and have kirtan and bring all your devotees and nice prasads. But always at Lal Braha, they were very friendly. And it's very interesting because this deity of Lord Braha, he was, Lord Brahma got him made. So he's Lord Brahma, he knows everything from the beginning of the universe. So most of the time we see Lord Braha with a round globe on his tusk. Because English is very good for modern technology, for eye-tech and all that, but for spiritual technology it's useless. So actually Lord Braha, he lifted up the whole Bhu Mandala. Sometimes we translate Bhu Mandala as earth, but actually Bhu Mandala, it's got 7 different islands, 7 different oceans, the Manasatara mountain range where the sun is going. So there you can see the Lord Braha and his tusk. There's the whole Bhu Mandala is there. You can see the Manasatara mountain range, then the Loka mountain range, where beyond that mountain range and under the sun rays reach. And you can see the whole thing. This Lord Braha like that. Very interesting deity. And the pujaris there, they've always been very, very friendly to us. So at Swait Braha, for a while they weren't very friendly, but at Lal Braha they were always very friendly. The pujari let us come up and take very close darshan and take pictures and everything. Always very friendly there. And Bhaktisiddhanta has signed their guest book and confirmed this is a story that this deity was made by Lord Brahma. He was given to Kubera. It was stolen from Kubera, taken to Lanka, and Lanka brought by Shatrughan to Mathura. So he has signed his name to this story. This is a very interesting place. And if you go to Madhuvan, just before you get to the actual village, there's a place where you can see Lavanasura's gufa, Lavanasura's cave, where he lived. Nowadays they made it into a little Hanuman temple. You go downstairs, only 1 or 2 people at a time can go down. You go downstairs, a little Hanuman temple is down there. You always get a big jam, everybody wants to go down, and there's a couple hundred devotees on Prakama. The little Hanuman temple is there, and upstairs is a nice temple of Madhuvan Bihari, Radha Madhuvan Bihari. It's a very sweet place. We came to Braj expecting to see forest. It's Brinda Ban. Man means forest. Now it looks more like, almost like your Kuwait than forest. But if you go to Madhuvan, then you'll see there's actual forest is there. And even there's a prikama all around the forest. If you go there in the evening, you'll see all the Brishvasis from Madhuvan. They go around, it's like not very long prikama, just maybe hour and a half or 2 hours, a little prikama. You go around the whole forest and just, the government has put nice boundary around so nobody will destroy the forest. Because outside the boundary you see all housing developments going on. You see and you'll see peacocks. That used to be the sign of Vrindavan. Nighttime you go to sleep and you'd hear, one peacock is going over here, and then another one over here, all around like that. Now, unless you live on the very border of Vrindavan. Sometimes, very rarely, just now we had boat festival. We made a special little pond in the Goshala and had boat, Noka Bihar. Just like today we're going to do Noka Bihar. And on the way back to the temple, and I was hearing, so now we don't hear anymore. But there you'll see them in the trees. You'll see beautiful tamal trees are there, and kadamba trees are there. Very beautiful place. You can see actual forest there. A very nice place, and little nice kundas there. It used to be just all broken down and broken stone ghats and everything, but now we have nice government in UP now, so they're fixing up all the holy places, just like they just made this enormous Ram temple there in Ayodhya and in Vrindavan. All the places have been renovated and fixed up, so that also, they made nice place there with beautiful ghats and beautiful sitting places. Very nice place, Madhuvan. Because we came to see forests, and we don't see forests. It's not very far, only, 40, 50 minutes away from the temple. Very nice place. Hare Krishna. So if anybody has any questions, we can try to answer your questions. Otherwise, we'll put our voice to rest here.
Any question? Everybody is absorbed, it seems, in Madhuvan. They're absorbed in Madhuvan, it seems.
Yes. And I said, it's famous in all the yugas, so we heard about Satyug and Treta Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga, just like we were singing in Madhuvaname Rasa Rachaya, Krishna was doing, in springtime, he was doing Rasa Leela sometimes there in Madhuvan. Madhuvaname Rasa Rachaya. And beautiful kundas there, called Krishna Kund, where Krishna and the cowherd boys used to take bath. Just nearby, there's Shatrughn temple, and didn't used to have a dome on top of it, but I have a nice friend in Calcutta named what's his name? Avadut Prabhu. He has done a lot of work in many places in Braj, especially in Madhuvan. He made nice. There used to be broken steps to going up there. And temple room wasn't very nice. He made nice steps up to the temple, and nice Prikrama Marga around the temple, and nice altar. And the deity was actually broken. He made beautiful deity of Shatrughn there and put a dome. Just nearby is, in front of Krishna Kund, there's nice Dauji temple that he's still working on. He installed there just used to be a little tiny deity there, but he made this nice, big, stout deity of Dauji. One Kartik he installed Dauji. Next Kartik we came, and Revati and Varuni, Balaram's both wives are there. Very beautiful. He still has a lot more work to do. Somehow he got interrupted in COVID time. His collection went down. So he's slowly is taking shape. Because whatever Lakshmi he gets, somehow or other he's doing service. And he installed Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet there, just as another place, just beside, on the banks of Krishna Kund, called
Hello.
Dhruv Narayan Temple. The little temple of Dhruv and Narayan, and just next to that he installed the lotus. Beautiful. He got the actual lotus designed from the lotus footprints in Puri, and he made a beautiful lotus footprint there of Mahaprabhu. And just outside Shatrughn temple, there's some Brishvasis live who take care of the Shatrughn temple, and they're the grandmother of them all. She's named Radha, and nowadays she's staying with some other relatives in Mathura because her health is not keeping well. But if she knows, she used to, whenever I came and she hear the Dinabandhus there, immediately she'll make so many bread rotis. And as soon as we come down from taking darshan of Shatrughn and his wife Shruti Kirti, both are there. We come down, immediately she'd have a big plate of hot bread, piping hot bread rotis. Because in Braj, they don't use this thing, like this. Pow, nice and thick, with homemade ghee or butter on top. And she always gives nice bread sabji. Everywhere else in the world they have Sukhi Sag and Gili Sag. In Braj we have Gili Ag and Sukhi Ag. So she gives some of this sabji along with this nice roti. So we pass out rotis to all the devotees. And now her daughter-in-law is now there, Yasoda. And she's following the parampara that whenever they hear the Dinabandhus in Madhuvan, immediately they make a whole bunch of rotis to give out to all the devotees. It's a very nice place in Braj. Yes?
Thank you so much for the presentation. My question is neither philosophical nor pastime.
No, sorry.
I'm curious to know what is the shape of Bhumandala shown on the tusk of Varaha.
What is the shape of?
Shape Bhumandala. If you say
Shape of Bhumandala.
outline shape.
Shape of Bhumandala.
Well, shape is flat like this.
Right.
There's
Not in some photos or.
I know because some people translate Bhumandala as earth. The earth is just a tiny spot, a little round globe floating around there.
The Indian Bhumandala shape.
So Bhumandala is flat like this, and there's 7 different islands, 7 different oceans, and then you see there's the Manasotra mountain range where the sun god is riding his chariot, and then you'll see the Loka mountain range. It's like that.
So, terrace structure. Terrace structure, some people call that. Terrace structure. Terrace structure.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you. I just want to confirm.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you very much, Prabhuji. So, when you mentioned about conversation between Lord Ram and Shatrughan, so it was mentioned by Lord Ram that Shatrughan was speaking in front of elders that, if I remember correctly, that I can kill that demon.
Yeah.
So Lord Ram said, first of all, to accept the mistake is something good. Please correct me if I did not understand properly. And then Lord Ram said also to express it, that I have committed mistake is also glorious if we do it in front of seniors. But Prabhuji, in our daily lives, we do commit mistakes even in our mind amongst the peers, devotees, maybe among the seniors. So how do we develop this quality to, first of all, accept and express in front of those whom we have offended or commit mistakes? So how we can learn from Shatrughan ji to get this quality in our life?
Well, we just have to try and, as we say in English, practice makes perfect. You just keep trying. Just like the Brishvasis, they have a saying in Brishvasa, Kara karka vyase jarmate hotu sajan, rasari avata javate shilpar pari nishan. The kara karaka vyasa, vyasa means practice. Just like Arjuna, he asked practically the same question. He said, it's easier to capture the wind than to control the mind. And nobody can control the wind. But Krishna told him, what did he say? Abhyas. Abhyas and by practice and detachment you can do it. So they say, Kara karaka vyase jarmat, even a foolish fellow, sajan, becomes sajan. Just like in English literature, there's the play, My Fair Lady. There was one lady, she spoke English very poorly. The Rhine and spine rhymes finely in the plain, might. And some fellow took her, and by practice, she could finally say, the rain in Spain rains mainly in the plain. So, and the Brishvasi give the example, just like sometimes we go someplace, there's not even a hand pump, there's a well. And around the well, there's stones. And in the stones, there's some lines cut. And it's not that somebody came with a chimney and went ching ching chisel and hammered those, that's cut by the rope. Now if I tell you you have to cut a stone by a rope, you say, that's impossible. How can I do it? But rasari avata javat, shilpar parini, the praman is there. that rope is going back and forth and back and forth. It's going down, it's getting wet, it's becoming even softer. But still, avada javada shilpar, shil the stone, nishan, the mark is there. Huh? So this is our hope, that although Lord's name is very, very soft, but somehow or other, if we just keep practicing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, this stone-like heart will be cut. You just have to practice. When I found Kali Yuga, the first place that Mahaprabhu went after taking bath was Madhuvan. So right across the street from Madhuvan Bihari Temple, there's a beautiful Madhuvan Gaudiya mat to mark that Mahaprabhu came there in Kali Yuga. So all the 4 yugas, Madhuvan is famous.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I have a light-hearted question.
All right.
You've been in Vrindavan for so many years. As devotees visiting Vrindavan, we are only scared of one thing when we come to Vrindavan, which is the monkeys.
Yeah.
They steal our
Glasses, mobile.
glasses. So why is that? Is it a recent phenomenon or is it always the case? And on the contrast, when we actually do the Govardhan Parikrama, those monkeys are relatively well behaved. The city.
Only in Vrindavan. Till now, the monkeys don't have a website. As soon as they put up the Bandar net, then the whole of Braj is in trouble.
So why is that the case? They only
Well, we used to be forests, so they used to just take fruits from the trees and be happy. But now it's not Vrindavan anymore, it's Griha Vrind. So they're all houses. They have to eat somehow or another, and they discovered over the old days they used to steal bead bags and things, but now they just discover that those funny things on people's faces, they can just take them off and they'll give anything to get them back. And that funny little thing with funny colors on the front of it, those are also, they'll do anything to get those back. And they become spoiled. We used to just give them banana or something. Now they want a fruity. If you give them a real mango, they won't throw the glasses back. You have to give them a fruity, and then just bite it open. We have to get some trouble. In old days, people went on pilgrimage. They had to go by walking. They had so much trouble. Now we come by AC car and AC train and everything to Vrindavan. So we have to get some side of trouble.
And in the Krishna Balaram temple now there's a langur monkey, big monkey. They have tried to.
No, well, we used to keep him, but now they've given up.
Somebody released it.
Okay.
I think somebody else had a langur, so he released the old langur.
Okay.
Other part. They have pictures of langur now, so the monkeys are used to it.
Okay.
For a while, the pictures were working. They would all sit on the roof, and it only took them 2 days, and they figured out. Anyway, in old days, we took so much trouble to go on pilgrimage, so we have to get some kind of trouble. So the pandas give us trouble, and the monkeys give us trouble.
Thank you.
That's my light-hearted answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much Prabhu, for giving your level association. And you literally transport us to blessed down. So we were, I think everybody was spellbound. We were all observed in the Katha. Even though we are very far away from Braj, with you 1 hour, we are actually in Braj now. Thank you Prabhu. Thank you for
Hare Krishna.
the association. And on behalf of all several Vaishnavas, I'll probably be here for a couple of days. There will be classes. The schedule is published in the WhatsApp group. So you are all welcome to join for the further Katha on Braj Leela. And today we have 12:30. Yeah, Shiva Sanjan, 12:30. There's a program. So, Prabhuji morning also we had class. So up to Monday, Prabhu is here. So there's a schedule published in WhatsApp group. So you're all welcome to attend and take advantage of the Association of Prabhuji. It's come all the way from Rajasthan. It's a great fortune so that you can experience. And on
No, it's our great fortune to be associated with all of you. You're so enthusiastic.
So please keep us all in your prayers.
Hare Krishna.
So on behalf of all assembled Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, let us express our heartfelt gratitude to Prabhuji by taking the step of community.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki
Jai.
Dinabandhu Prabhu ki
Srila Prabhupada ki.